Happy Tuesday, traders. Welcome to episode 956 of the show, whatever. And we just counting down the days till episode 1000, where equities, commodities, metals, many things across the market selling off, tech getting wrecked. About time, right? I mean, haven't we been talking about common retrace areas on the index funds, and like you could reverse at any time? We're going to look at them, look at everything, but let's just start with Bitcoin because everyone loves Bitcoin. Okay, they do. So it's like, we back tested the old supply line as a demand line. You've held since then, but you've just gone sideways. Not much response from bulls, but you got to think, man, maybe a low on price and then a higher low on price, higher levels of negative momentum, lower levels of relative strength. I mean, that's what could be considered. I mean, just a little bit. I mean, you call me crazy all you want, but then that's one low to the exact next low, and it's showing discernible hidden bullish divergence. Okay? I'm not telling you it's going to go up. I'm just reading the chart. Same thing. Look, a low on price, the bullish pin bar 618, the Jesus rally, and then, reversed at a 78.6% retrace from the top. I mean, and there was 60-minute divergence, and I guess at this point you could try to argue, someone could argue out there, maybe this was a form of divergence in itself on the 4-hour. Okay, well, it was clear, concise on the 60-minute. But maybe, it being on the 4 hours what helped propel prices all the way down to a golden retrace again. Another golden retrace. It's like, Bitcoin loves a golden retrace. You got to say it sassy. But what I'm saying is, here too, very possible to, it's an argument one could make. A low, a higher low, much higher levels of negative momentum. Impending price action continuation to the upside. That's all it's implying. I don't know if it's going to play out. I'm just telling you again what it's saying on the chart. And would it not be an interesting, or would it not? It wouldn't be that weird to reverse here to the upside, because you've got now some variables that coincide on the oscillators. You think about a low to high. I mean, this is a reasonable profit-taking level for anyone shorting a bearish cipher, a 618, right? That's profit-taking, yep. So short's covering there. But also, you got to look left. Way left. And just understand, if you watch this stream, you are extremely aware of what 6819 is. It's a very strong potential support. So if you're showing hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour and you've already sold off, but when you sold off you hit this critical support, it is not unreasonable to believe that Bitcoin could reverse to the upside to at least test 7,000. After that, I don't really know, but let's go to the 60-minute. Maybe there's something else going on that I haven't seen yet. That's so ridiculous, dude. They're trying to say Justin Herbert is overtaken Tua for the number 2 quarterback spot. That's hilarious. How could you ever say that when Justin Herbert played Arizona State, somehow came back and had the game won, and then choked through a pick freaking 6 to Arizona State, a 5-5 scrub team. Loses to Auburn, a pretty meh team. Bama lost to Auburn too. I get it. Big difference, rivalry. We didn't have Tua, right? They had Justin Herbert, their number 2 quarterback. What a joke, dude. What a freaking joke. College football people, you understand. Anyway, sorry, this stuff's popping up on my phone. Notifications. Might as well just put it on do not disturb mode, but that's triggering, dude. Easy on the Ducks, dude. I'm not being hard on the Ducks. I'm being hard on Justin Herbert, man, for choking single-handedly against Arizona State in the desert. Okay, so we're trying to go the 60-minute. All right, so it looks like you got a little bit of help on the 60-minute. Okay, so the 60-minute, 4-hour, starting to line up a little bit, where you have a low on price, about the same low. And what is this? Just a smidge, just a little bit, dude. So we got a little bit of classic bullish divergence, maybe on 60-minute, with the hidden bullish divergence in the 4-hour, and had a critical horizontal line support. So there is a chance Bitcoin could rally here to, again, maybe see 7,000. That's the argument, dude. That's like the case and point at hand with technical analysis, at least for the short term. All right. So that's like new data, piecing it together, new day. That's what we kind of do, right? Every day we try to. And some days we have more data than others. You get it, right? NFL scouts like measurables. Justin Herbert has those. Yeah, I get it. I understand. No, I mean, like, I'm the one that makes the jokes about, like, you know, durability of Tua, you know, talking about JJ Watt. Like, Tua's great until some 300 plus pound lineman lands on him and then his hip breaks, shatters, you know, or something else. He breaks his ankle the year before. Dude, I get it. Justin Herbert might have way more durability, and he could be a little less skilled, but if he lasts 5 more years in the NFL because he has more durability, I'd probably want to take that bet too. Okay? It's just kind of trigger, oh yeah, that guy. Like, you watch them play all year. Win yeast, win bread. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm Keto Connect, so it's so ironic, you know, that I even would be a piece of bread in keto. I get tempted all the time, man. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Let's go to the S&P 500. Chat. I mean, did we not just talk about this, man? Like yesterday, the day before, the divergence getting so close to complete maturation, and it's like a time bomb. It's like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Ugh. Gap down, near session lows. You're down 3.27%. You're testing a critical support, looking left, 27.23. What is that, man? You got it. We'll see. I'll show you. It's a valley from June of 2019. It's a valley from March of 2019. Believe it or not, this is where we took the long on the Qs before it reversed. Qs obviously outperforming the S&P, Dow Jones, and all that. So that better hold on to that one, man. Dude, I remember when we broke that for the first time. Holy crap. I mean, it was a gap down, and we just... Right, the first time we broke it, and it was like March 11th. I mean, the next day, after we broke that support, we went all the way down to 24.83 to close the day. You know, we had, the next day, scrub rally, and then dumped again, right? Man, you don't want to break this support. It's a major one. So, someone keep this on critical areas. Dragonfly's pretty dope. Yeah, I know, the Dragonfly's pretty good, man, especially when I do the goofy voice. Any of them are good when I do my goofy voice, right? So, dude, the bearish divergence in the front. Eventually it's going to play out, man, and it's like yesterday it was like, we even said, I think verbatim, like, whether it's either tomorrow or the next day, you're going to get negative momentum for the first time since March 23rd. I mean, it's been like a month, man. We finally got some. And we're breaking a demand line, 1 and 2 anchor points. You're out of it. That is telling. After hitting 20, hey, remember what resistance 2874 was? And I was like, take note of this because it's very cool and interesting little stat. 2874 was the absolute buying climax of that first market expansion or price discovery of the entire, stock market. The Trump bump, it was the buying climax. Look, the peak. The first peak, right here. Market expansion, right there. Before we went a year and a half plus into chop until we finally broke out, it was never clean. The breakouts were never really clean until right here, I guess. And then it all came crashing down. But that's where we topped out. And that's where we've reversed. Lots of gaps. I mean, there's a gap down here. God, I mean, 2,500. I mean, think about this one down here, dude. 2260, 2230. I mean, those are real gaps. And if everything we've been talking about, trying to be patient here, is like, we know that what a crash is. We know that in history we get retraces to the upside between a 38% and 62% retrace. This was between a 50% and a 618. This is where Bitcoin many times in the past has reversed, in between that 50% 618. Just happened to be a pretty cool looking left resistance. Or just, it's kind of like poetic in a way. I don't know the word for it. Chat, are you all alive? I mean, is anyone even here? There's stuff going on in the markets. Just wanted to go live early because why not, man? To cover some of this stuff. Haven't even gotten into the craziness. Thanks for the almost 400 people here. I think I'm shadow banned still. Awesome. Yes, the S&P, if it breaks this 2728 area, that's very bad, man. Very bad. Okay, I'm saying, like, the last time we broke it, we had a real fast drop down to $2,500. But dude, the thing is, man, they're saying if you're in a bear trend or something, and this is the true reversal where you're breaking a demand line, there is plenty of room to sell for market participants to sell this index fund to the ground, where you've seen at at one point during the crash, we got down to 11. We continue to diverge, but the negative momentum has just begun. This is day one of negative momentum for the first time in about a month. So you'd think, follow through price action would yield us higher levels of negative momentum like we've seen in the past, and lower prices. Well, I did reach out to YouTube yesterday for the first time ever. It's like you just go and you're like, feedback, talk about your channel or whatever, and I just said what it was. It's like, dude, I am literally shadow banned by y'all. I've done nothing to deserve it. I don't know what you're doing, No response, of course, but I don't think it's going to really do anything ever. I don't think, me reaching out to them would work. Dude, they're too big, right? They're not going to read my email and be like, oh, yeah, dude, what's going on with this guy? Let's go look at him. Oh, okay, dude, this is weird. He's shadow, and they fix it. I don't think that's going to happen, but, Showed up on the feed today, not yesterday. Well, yesterday was the first time I reached out to him. So if I'm on your feed now, that's a good sign. Like, because on my alt account, I'm not even able to find my own channel. Okay, so like, there's so much going on today. People probably asking the question, U.S. oil, oh my God, man, it's up 131,000%. Had a 20, or UCO had a 25-to-1 reverse split. U.S. oil, the reason why this happened was because spot price was up here. Okay, and this is contracts for futures. And so it expired pretty much worthless, and new contracts were created. And so obviously the price goes back up to what spot price was at, and now it's just dumping again. But now it's kind of following spot price, if that makes sense, because spot price is getting wrecked. I mean, crude futures 1182. what do we need to look at here? USO, you know, this is the oil fund, down 30% today. Hey man, dude, this is bad, right? This is why we say wait, because like if you waited, you know, like we just exceeded where we should have waited.
Would you take a look at oil, Barclays Bank PLC, and do so? I know very little about how these type of funds work, but I'm learning and interested in your thoughts.
Is that a joint?
Well, hopefully you just got it about the U.S. oil thing, like the wackiness there. Again, this was UCO was the split, but this is you know, we were saying maybe wait for one of these fib nodes to show divergence. That's not gonna happen, man. Like it happened good, whatever. So we know not to worry about it. You know, there is no fib extension now. That, I mean, think about it. 2618 fib extension, 79 cents. I don't think you're gonna get that, man. I mean, like you might, dude. Is it practical? What we could do? Let's see. I just made log scale might be a good idea at this point because there's nothing else we can even freaking do. We just go from this 2016 low to the high. 2618 in this situation is $2.25. Seems extremely likely that we might see that, right? 225, 2618 in log scale. That's all we can do. Nothing else even comes close to working for fibs. And that's the only way you can target now. You're in outer space. Look left, man. On this chart, you know, it's nothing. So you get that, right, man? Wow. It's terrible. It's funny though, you asked about USO. You were probably typing in the TTS when I was switching to USO. That's pretty interesting. We're on the same brain wavelength, Steven, man. You get that?
Is that a joint?
Yeah, man. Smoking dibbies with my brothers. Wait, so did anyone else talk about me being on their feeds today for the first time, like in like a month or something? So Janelle saying stream showed up on his feed. Excuse me, my God, man. Sorry. Just reading a little bit. I was on your suggested today, Schwab. Whoa. So did me reaching out to Google/YouTube actually do something? Do y'all think so? I need to see a consensus because, like, I'd never talked to them. And I got no response either. So that's pretty wild. And maybe getting some, Brad, what do you think, man? You hearing all this? What is your thoughts? I mean, what you see too, you know? Okay, so screwed, man. There's not much we can do. We can add an alert if you want. If we continue to see the world crash for oil, fine. Oversold, of course. And so there's no question about that. Daily. Hey, man, we could be developing bullish divergence, but you might develop bullish divergence when you're at $0. So we're talking about like history, things that just never happened, that have kind of never happened before, especially here. So we're pioneers, man. We're just like in the new world of price action. Good to hear, John. God, man, I got to do something about this stupid rolling thing, the rolling ways. Only a couple of you will get the rolling ways, but look, man, I've been savoring it, kind of like a fine wine, to wait for the precious metals analyses. Do we want to just go ahead and start with copper, man? Do we? Yeah, Bradford, I reached out to them and complained and told them I was shadow banned for no reason, and there's like I've never seen it happen to anybody before, and no response. But people are saying I'm on their suggested now. I'm not shadow banned. I don't know how real that is. Okay, so let's go to copper. Well, I mean, wow. How about that, huh? Rising wedge, minimum profit taking level, 50% retrace, first profit taking level. From the breakout, from the low point to the high point of the structure, 50% retrace. Had some price action below it, but look at this rally after hitting it. Wow. Friggin' gorgeous, dude. I mean, I don't think the selling's done. I think that was overblown selling. And, you know, sometimes you get big moves up like that. People take profit. Dude, this isn't a joke when I'm trying to teach you. Like, this is like legitimately Forex traders, commodity traders. They have the same type of thinking. They're like, hey, man, we were short on copper. We're going to take profit at the 50% retrace. Hence this green candle here. Profit taking. They're covering their shorts. So it goes up. And eventually that starts dying off, and then, you know, market participants realize, hey man, this is kind of a joke, this isn't real. Okay, it's probably gonna dump more. And then eventually, after, you know, 5-6 different candles, it starts reversing again to the downside, makes a lower high than the previous high, and then goes again. And then we eventually see a golden retrace, and then maybe if we're lucky a 786, and then maybe, since the trend is so freaking bearish, maybe we see even lower lows than the lowest low we saw, the nadir level from March 19th. Wow. Fantastical. There's just copper, man. There's just nothing. I mean, it's just perfect. This is like why I love this so much, man. And same thing. I was saying this before this breakout even happened. You know, we were looking at this before it had actually technically broken out on stream yesterday, right? And by the end of the stream, we were breaking out. And then, of course, like here we are on the new stream, and we had hit the first target. That means that triple RSI, triple MACD bearish divergence, the rising wedge, the supply line that was hit and respected like the Jesus man. It's all so good. Common retrace areas on fibs. Dang, dude. That's great. So maybe they took heed, dude. How could they take heed, man? They're so, I mean, YouTube's so huge, you know? I don't know if they helped, but it sounds like y'all are telling me they helped. Y'all are the only way I know if YouTube helped me, right? You're the only way. So, gotta love this, man. No, William, not golds. There is another. There was another that was looking like a Kang. An inverse Kang. But dude, inverse Kangs are just as Kangish as Kangs themselves. What do you even mean by that? Are you crazy? No, I just mean like it looked like it was ready to reverse to the downside. And I think silver's having one of its worst days in years or something. Let's go Dell. I mean, I'm short on Dell, but I'd been short on Dell for, you know, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days. Since that top, and it was starting to climb again, and I'm like, someone was like, are you still short? It's like, yeah, dude, until you break above that 40, I think it was 42, the top, the double top, you know, I'm still in it. And of course the bottom's starting to fall out on the macro, which is like, you're trying to piece together like the index funds, and then you're looking at, well, it's Dell and all the technicals involved with Dell. We can look at it in a little bit, but let's look at silver. Chat, please understand, copper is trying to show you the freaking way.
Do you know the way?
Dude, you're getting a Dell short trade last Friday.
I've been a jet. Dude, you're getting a Dell, man. Is that their slogan? I know I made the joke today. It's like, dude, I'm getting a Dell. Said no one ever in the past 10 years or 20 years, probably. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So this copper, this is show you the way. How to TA, man. Okay, take heed of the variables. All right, so yes, I know you're getting the rally. I know there's a rally on all of the metals right now after that huge dump. But either way, dude, it's just kind of like
hype in the chat.
Complex. slanted head and shoulders pattern, man. We identified it. This is what it's about. It's like identifying, finding variables, what makes sense. It was a 50% retrace from its high all the way up there. This is what we're talking about, like these smaller 4-hour patterns can usher in the reversals on the daily. And so like, yeah, we may come and even back test the neckline, 1508. But all you're doing is you've fallen below the 200 moving average. You're just testing it as a resistance right now, if you can see that. You got slightly oversold for the first time since like March 18th. And you bounced a little bit. Okay. Profit taking maybe. It's possible. Yeah, you go low to high, you might have hit a 1272 or something. But the 100% measure move of this complex structure is 1429, and you got as low as 1453. So not quite there, but that's okay, dude. Honestly, Dell computers aren't bad. Well, I mean, look, they did a good job. They acquired Alienware, so kudos to them for that. I mean, that's probably what's kept them in business, man. Maybe. You get your mother Dell computers because she don't computer good. Well, we can send her for the Center for Children Who Can't Computer Good, but can do other things good too. Whatever, dude. I mean, yeah, like, imagine being a computer company in 2020 and you're still out there and you're publicly traded and you don't have somewhat of a decent computing experience for the user. Yeah, I get it. But we're just saying, compared to what you could do, a Dell computer sucks, right? That's it. I'm not saying it can't. Yeah, dude, I turn on my Dell and it just doesn't work. That's not. Come on, man. Yeah, Catterday. It's just not going to happen, man. So there really wasn't much on gold. Besides that little bit of bearish divergence, really wasn't too much special. But I know it's taken a hit. I mean, not bad. Look, it's like copper down 3%, silver down 3%, gold down 1.1%. Okay, outperforming. But there were other things I was looking at last night. I do want to look at. I mean, we can look at gold real quick. Yes. All right, you broke the demand line. It looked like you had some hidden bullish divergence, and then the negative momentum just picked up. So I think now this is pretty invalid. This price action we got here, the big bearish engulfing, and now this back test. You gotta be careful here for gold longs, because you're doing something. You're back testing 1689 as a resistance now. That's not good. That means we could go lower. Especially if this whole equities market thing starts going, if we do get a major reversal, people might start flooding back to cash. It's not going to be good for any asset on any market for the most part. So just understand, be cognizant. We are back testing an old resistance as resistance again after a stupendous run that started with an Adam and Eve double bottom. Okay? Think we're cool. Bullish divergence in gold now? See, I don't know, man. Yeah, you're saying that, but let's let it play out a little bit more, because what if we back test and then we just start selling off more and the negative momentum builds and the RSI starts selling off more? I don't think we have enough data to start saying it's confirmed bullish divergence on gold yet. You gotta wait, man. You might need to wait. That's not good price action. I'm sorry. That's for Cohen Vug. What's up, Cohen Vug? Your company uses Dell, dude. Again, right? We're just talking about PC master race, elitism. Right? I've got my own built PC. Not gonna go buy a Dell. Yeah, it's like they're like a stereotype. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy a Dell for my grandma, right? That's it, dude. So, yeah, man, pretty interesting development today. Thanks for the 534 here. Hey, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub, because it seems like I may or may not be unshadow banned now, which is great. I mean, that's big hype, dude. You know, I've been shadow banned for like an entire month, man. Very demoralizing on my side, and it's got to be frustrating for you because you can't find me. No one can find me. No one new can find me. So that's great. That's something worth celebrating. A little bit. Okay. So let's look at something I was looking at last night, and you're gonna be like, "Well, why are we looking at this crap?" It's like, corn, literal corn, not like the Bitcoin. We're talking actual corn to the US dollar, like contracts on corn futures. Very interesting here. We've got a bullish pin bar in development, down 1.15%. I think that's what the macro. We're now developing bullish divergence on the MACD on the 4-hour. So let me hide these. These are meant for much more significant time scales. Interesting if this holds up here and you're oversold and you're showing, I know it's not divergence, but dude, I've seen double bottoms kind of like this and oversold with actual divergence in the MACD. Look at the volume involved. So sellers getting rejected down here, and you're starting to paint maybe a bullish reversal Japanese candlestick pattern below an ice line. But okay, that's the 4-hour. Let's go to the daily on corn. You won't believe it, man. You won't freaking believe it. This is a range. We've been in a range since October of 2014. We're at our lowest point. Today, on that wick, we hit our lowest point in many years. You have to go all the way effing back to 2009. Corn hasn't been this cheap. So corn now is at the bottom of a trading range that is 6 years large. 6 years old, whatever. Okay. Daily, yeah, showing divergence, it seems. RSI was showing some divergence. It still is, okay? It still is showing divergence till it's not. But what I'm thinking is, let's go to the weekly here on corn. Corn oversold for the first time since 2014, since the trading range began. And see, this is not, I mean, it's not looking very good here. You don't have much of an edge on the weekly. The only thing that's kind of good is, no, not even, man. This isn't really, you need to get back above $3.12 before the weekends. Like, I know we got all this support here. Look, this dump here, that's what created the beginning of the range. This is what created the top of the range. The lowest point to the highest point after the impulse. So you get ranges. And so, so last time we were oversold, man. I mean, we were oversold, then we sold off again and got even more oversold. So weekly's not very helpful for corn. You gotta wonder though, that daily and that 4-hour. Oh, sorry, let's go to the monthly real quick. No help on the monthly. Nope. Nothing, man. So corn is, you know, it might be in trouble, man. Corn might be in trouble. I mean, think about it coming down to, I mean, it kind of did go to $3, you know, this low from 2009. And that 2008 wick right there, it could always go to 290, but you would think that it might not go much lower than that. If it does, you could be in a lot of trouble. I mean, where you could see these prices again, $2. So corn in jeopardy, chat. That's all I want to do is shout it from the mountaintops, let you know. Okay. Be mindful. What happened? Did my chat box break or something? It had to have. Why would it do that? Yeah, it did. That's so weird. Hold on. All right, let's see. Corn in the cob channel formation, Impal? Yeah, I guess so, man. I'm just reading, trying to do it anyway, just because, again, stuff broke. Not shadow banned today. Let's go. So what's it? You don't want to wait 6 years for 30% gains on corn? Well, you're gonna have to, Schwab. But it's cool. I mean, like, these are real things. You're like, staples. People eat this stuff. Supply and demand. It's cool. Casey Jones, that's not true, but you know that, man. It was a 1 month thing, and I don't know if it'll come back or not, but we'll see. Okay, so let's go to Dell, I guess, for Schwab. Oh my God, dude, 2 likes away from 200 likes. Let's go, dude. Dell down 7.18% today. Gorgeous. What a gap down. Just had to be patient, man. You can't give up until the top of the, the peaks are broken to the upside. That's when you give up. It's going to follow the macro, but it's outperforming pretty well. You'd think, it's like AMD though. AMD was at a prime reversal area too. And you think the first target here is 35.60 to test the neckline, and if you can't hold that, you would dump. And if you do hit the neckline, you could rally, make a lower high, and dump again. That's what Tesla did. So why did I like this so much, man? It was because of the Class B bearish divergence, but it was also, you got to look left and realize, like on this chart, you confirm to the market. What's up, Osh Patel? Thanks for the sub, man. So what I loved about it was like, this was like that lowest low, and then you hit it once regarding resistance, you sold off, but nay, you rallied once more to confirm to market participants that this was the top. That is why double tops are so glorious. That's why you love them. That's why we trade them. That's why we like confirmation. That's why we like XABCD. The waves, man. We like the waves. So we know it's like X, A, B, C. C to D is a large wave. Wave analysis. It's not a harmonic, but it's XABCD. So let's see how this plays out. If market participants truly wanted to, they could push this price down much lower. As you know, right now on just the 4 hour, we're at 41. We're getting close to bearish territory. Beautiful, man. Nice gap down.
Talking about corn, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin being a store of value? Long-term views after all this craziness. Thanks for all you do, dude.
Thank you, Gabriel, man. For the 10. Thoughts on Bitcoin being a store of value after all this craziness? I mean, besides the crash, where we have recovered, I think it's been a pretty decent store of value. I mean, my hold account is down, but it's not down that much. From like, we're talking like before the crash and after. I mean, dude, you're like maybe $1,000 off, $1,000 off. Pretty much exactly where it was before that big crash started. I think 7,800 was like, we go to sleep, we wake up, and it's like, oh my God, dude, this thing's down like $2,000-$3,000. What? Like that. So store value, man. I mean, dude, my thought process on it is, this is the year for Bitcoin. Maybe not now, and maybe we have to wait till autumn. But I think that, like, if with what's going on with the money printing, devaluation of all currencies around the world, it's do or die time for Bitcoin for 2020, 2021. And like after that, man, like if it doesn't go up substantially after it, like in the next 2 years, 1 year, 1.5 years, it's probably never going to go up again. So we got the halving coming up. I think we're going to get volatility because of that. I think we could have another leg down because the equities market. But I think later this year, Bitcoin, after it makes that leg down and we get that XABC stuff, C to D is a huge wave and we could go much higher. So you might get a better opportunity to buy Bitcoin, but if you don't, that's why you have a hold account. That's why you make a bet, a deathbed bet on Bitcoin. That you do believe in its technology, And its value, I think, comes from the amount of manpower and the amount of electricity it's used since its inception. You could not now get a company, even with the money of Apple, to do what Bitcoin's done. You couldn't for the same amount of money. Dude, it's like less than $200 billion market cap. Less than $200 billion market cap for the amount of manpower and electricity put into this thing over the past decade or 11 years, right? So I think there is value in it, but we have to wait and be patient. Okay. So, I mean, you know, it's not a great, I'm but simple TA man. All right. I'm not like the most learned when it comes to blockchain technology, and I never will say I am, but that's kind of like maybe my perception of it, kind of the way I see it. I don't know. What's up, Modern Genetics? Guerrero, we already looked at USO. Popcorn, what about popcorn, dude? Imagine thinking the dude you got a Dell guy wasn't smoking weed.
Is that a joint?
Sorry, man, it's 4:21. Too late. What's up, Erwin Diaz? Thanks for the sub, dude. Alex Mead, watching this 20 minutes behind, but first time in a week you're on his subscription page. Dude, that's good, man. I'm getting, you know what we should do? I should do a straw poll just to see, because I'm getting like these, several people are answering. Just want to get some participation. See, like, all right, let's do it. Here you go, posting it now. What's up, Wake Up America? Thanks for the sub, dude. Glad to have you. Say something in the chat if you're watching, man. All right. So Dell, eventually you'd think if the pattern, it's not even a real pattern, right? It's not a confirmed double top till it breaks the neckline. You got to know that by now. But if we do get a confirmed double bottom or double top after you break the neckline, then the measured move would be 2884. It wouldn't be weird at all, man, especially if the index funds are going to see lower prices. Okay. No, Ben Smith, I did not read that. Music with Miles. Yeah, I do think if it gets bad, if the selling pressure picks up like we had seen before, it could, yeah. See if I missed anything. No, I'm not missing anything. Okay, so let's look at something. I was just, hey man, I just like looking at charts, dude, sometimes in my free time. Wow, that's how this all started, dude. That's like how my whole streaming life. Oh yeah, I like doing this for a hobby. It's fun to me, like genuinely. So wheat. I was looking at this one like just hardcore last night. I mean, like, okay, so a little trivia here first. So someone tell me, and I was looking at it in log scale. Someone tell me what this pattern is. They're kind of like two answers. I'll accept either one, but one answer is more right than the other answer, even though they're both right, okay? So I'm waiting on y'all to answer this, okay? A little trivia. Keep you on the balls of your feet or something. Wow, dude. I mean, it's only 38 votes, but that's... Boom, Michael. The Schwab's right, too. Michael Arlap is the most right. Nope. To all those answers, Schwab and Michael R. Lab are correct, though. This was a bullish shark. Okay, XABCD. PCZ, 113% retrace. Pretty friggin' close, man. I mean, that's... Okay. But it's also now. And the bullish shark is played out. Okay, it has hit its target now, which was 580, because a 50% retrace is your target for profit taking on a bullish shark. But once you hit that 50% retrace, it's for good reason, because after you hit a 50% retrace, that is when people go short. %. We're at the weekly now. Okay, and you got to understand what's going on the weekly. Bearish divergence on the oscillators. You're double topping. Looks like Dell kind of. The weekly bearish divergence, but you got to go to the monthly, man. Let's check this out. Monthly, dude. What's going on in the 50% retrace? Do we actually have bearish divergence on the monthly, man? At the PCZ of the bearish 5-0 harmonic pattern? It can't be a cipher. Remember, you gotta learn your harmonics, man. A cipher doesn't make on D a lower low than its A, right? It's a higher low, and it's a 78% retrace. So we got 56 votes. It's okay turnout. So it's like people saying like, are you shadow banned? Am I still shadow banned? 5 people saying, yes, I am still shadow banned.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Oh yeah, man.
It's 420 every day this month. Never too late. Hey, you have all the hats. Since you're using the Snapchat filter now instead of the hats, have you thought about maybe doing a charity auction with us for a COVID relief charity? Just spitballing.
I don't know, man. If you're gonna do like charity and stuff, I think the best way to do it is cut out the middleman, me, and just go pledge. You know, look, open up your PayPal app. Boom, you can go. It's like every time there's like a little thing that says, "Hey, donate to the COVID relief fund" or whatever. You can do it that way, man. I mean, you know, I get it, right? But I get you, man. I'm just here to do the TA. COVID sucks, man. But hey, people are getting their checks. I'm not getting anything from the government. You know, it sucks. Thought I might have got the SBA stuff, but they like ran out of money. I was on the home screen today. Thank you for the 428 Nefarious, man. Man, that's great. Dude, it's so wild. So it has to, there cannot be a coincidence here. The fact that yesterday morning, or maybe it was even the afternoon, I can't even remember. I just know I was sitting on the toilet when I did it. Reached out, told them what is going on. Why am I shadow banned? This makes no sense. Been doing this for like 2+ years. It was no problems till last month. And then all of a sudden, you're all telling me, based on the poll, that I'm not shadow banned anymore. I mean, is that coincidence, chat? How can it be? 91% of y'all saying I'm not shadow banned. What's up, Ryan G? And it's like the dislike bot doesn't exist either. Man, that's spectacular, dude. Get the futures chart real quick, you know. Hey, we filled a gap, dude. Remember we talked about it on crude? You filled a gap. And then some. Once you fill this gap, you just devastated. Look at this volatility. Just been mooning. And Dow Jones top right. S&P top left. Whatever. Hold on a sec. Let me fix something.
Bruh.
No, Blargy, it was no matter when I went live. It was messed up. Dude, it's weird, dude. Really, really weird. No point really speculating on how it worked or why it happened. Yeah, I should just report every time. Yeah, okay. That's a good idea. It's a lot of work, but So, okay, I hope you get what's going on with wheat. It looks like, you know, it looks like gold almost, right? Where it had this nice breakout of a structure it had been in for years. It's making consecutive higher lows. Can't argue with that. But the most recent thing you've done is you've double topped at a PCZ of a bearish 5-0 pattern, where this is like where people go short and eventually they take profit when the asset eventually reaches back down to where D was. So like 370 something, if you can even believe it. I know it's like almost impossible to believe. That's the target. That's how you target bearish 5-0s. Going short at a 50% and taking profit all the way down here. Oh man. So yeah, been live now for an hour. And man, I'm telling you, we've looked at a lot of good things today. Let's look at AMD. It was at, you know it, man. AMD was certainly at a price reversal area. You knew it, man. I mean, yeah, we almost hit 100% retrace. Big, insane size bearish engulfing candle that has gone to not only pretty much fill a gap with a wick. Oh, it didn't even really. It got close, but it hit the heart line of the equidistant channel that we've been in, right? The whole way up. Heart line, man. Resistance support. You're at it again. But this could just be the beginning. We get fall through. The index funds continue to sell off in the coming days. Eventually back test the neckline again. So this is how it works. I mean, like, yeah, XABCD, BAT. It exceeded the 886 a little bit. I mean, it was a 95% retrace, 98% retrace almost, man. High to low, you know. But that is reversal stuff. You had no... I mean, I guess from this high to this high, you had hidden bearish divergence, I guess, on the daily, right? Bearish convergence here. I mean, you could almost say, hey, it's so close to double top, it's like bearish divergence, right? So good stuff, man. Of course, you never hit the measured move, 6280. Not yet. And we didn't think... I mean, we thought, like, that would be absolutely ludicrous if it happened. We were thinking more conservatively, like it was like a complex harmonic that was at an area where a reversal was likely at any time. Enjin doing things, is that true? Enjin was doing things like the rest, and it just held on better than everything else. It's like you pick an S coin, they all look like they're setting up for higher prices, and then only one does, and everything else dumps with Bitcoin, and then like fun crypto market, dude, right? Yeah, Enjin 13% up. Show you this, dude. Yeah. Destruction, man. Destruction. You gotta love it, dude. I mean, you're hitting the top of the channel now. Look how we held the heart line. You got like within, I don't even know, not even 1/10 of 1 cent away from the measured move of this structure we identified on Friday. And then you broke out of it. You back tested it as support. And then you were off again to higher prices. Now, bearish divergence is definitely setting up. Hey, look left, man. Is anyone remember the analysis on Enjin? Dude, like talking about all this stuff? I mean, this is TA is so cool, man. So freaking cool. So Mighty Mushroom. Yeah, we can do that. Here you go. Hey, B-Man, if you're out there watching, next time you want to complain or say anything about me, remember, it's my Discord. I built this community. We built it from scratch. Another Mitch Ray TA, not B-Man TA, right? So if you want to do whatever you want in your own Discord, you got to build it, man. So go start your own. Probably about to get more coffee though. If we're to keep this show going, right? Dude, keto, it's like, I know, you know, I've read it takes a couple weeks before your energy comes back. A few weeks or something. So, more money coming. Virtual coin. Well, that's good for me, I guess, right?
Is ENJBTC showing IHS?
Inverse head and shoulders connect. I mean, it kind of did. It's over now. I mean, this is kind of the way we were looking at Enjin. It's kind of a crude way, I guess. Enjin and BTC is near the top of its channel, right? I know it's like touched it, man. My God. Right, just right there. So look, man. 1664. It was really me just anchoring here on the daily, I guess. So you're just touching the major resistance, very high risk now. You're just talking about left shoulder, right shoulder. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, momentum shifted, sure. But we looked at the US dollar, man. Like, we didn't have to look at this one to see what was kind of setting up on the other one, okay? That's not true at all, Elliot. Yet, literally yesterday, at this around this exact same time when I was live randomly, I was shadow banned. So, don't think so, man.
Is that a joint?
Mitch, can you talk through how the macro is affecting gold? Some argue that gold is a hedge against volatility. Recently, however, gold sells off when SPX sells off and VIX rises. Gold doesn't always inversely correlate with DXY either. Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, that's hard to speculate, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of opinions on it. I mean, you got to know fundamentally what it's there for. Store value. It's the best store value. 6,000 plus years track record. You know, and what we're doing with the U.S. dollar printing so much and just all the other currencies. Yeah, you just got to think that it's going to go up. And that's a great fundamental assessment of gold. But you just got to somehow look at it like every other asset when we're talking about technicals, man.
Yeah, I'm staking sats getting ready for the $1 trillion move.
Oh yeah, $1 trillion move, is it coming, man? Well, there you go. What are you going short on Enjin to BDC or something? Can you do that? Is that real? I don't know, man. Good luck, Fishhead. Thanks for the 5, man.
Bruh.
Thank you, dude. So yeah, gold, dude.
I'm looking at REITs. It looks interesting on the suggestions from the chat.
APLE. Apple Hospitality. I've never looked at this in my life. It's like the knockoff version of Apple. AAPL. God, do you mean that, Mighty Mushroom? I don't think you do. I think you're literally talking about this REIT. Yeah, Hospitality REIT. Well, we can look at it. Pretty simple chart, man. Well, devastated. Almost filled a gap, but didn't. Dude, I don't know. It looks like a bunch of other crap, you know. It looks like BP or something, you know. It's like 382 retrace, kind of double topping at 382 retrace, down 1.23% today. I don't see much of an edge. I don't see anything. I don't know, like, where it is now. It doesn't seem like a good trade or anything. It seems like you've confirmed a lower high than your previous high. That's it. Lots of positive momentum. It's just you're in limbo. You're in that limbo where the daily doesn't give you much of an edge, right? Because you have one impulse and a second impulse. That's it. 2 waves now. You don't start gaining an edge to like the third wave, and the third wave's like normally a down wave, and that's when you get your major double bottom on the daily, or a lower low with fib extensions from this low to high with divergence, or when you rally once more and then get a good opportunity for a short or something and much deeper retraces. So no edge for me per se. Can't say that. Just destroyed. Very far away from its previous all-time low from 2015 and 2018 at $13.91. You're at $8. Sorry, man. All their REITs look the same. Get wrecked. Okay, so ended up with 71 votes. I mean, 89% of y'all saying I'm not shadow banned, 11% saying I am shadow banned. It's pretty good, man. It's real good news. I dig it. Yeah, let's look at the VIX. We looked at the VIX yesterday, chat. God, I hope you watched the stream. If not, whatever. It was the afternoon stream too. Well, are we pivoting? Are we pivoting? Yeah, looks like we did pivot. We got another green day up 5% on the day, right at 48.04. Well, you know what 48.04 is? Look left. It's like a kind of a peak from February 2018, August 2015. Here it is. It's like 2 peaks from 2010, 2011. And that's you're below that. You've hit it as resistance. So breaking that, you think the next target would be like 53.50 or so. All right. So yeah, VIX is starting to climb again. That's fear and uncertainty of the market. You hadn't seen positive momentum on the VIX since March 23rd. It's been a month, man. And you're waning on negative momentum. Soon, if this price action keeps up, you will see positive memo again. Yeah, only for you, Mighty Mushroom. Everyone else is fine, though. Yeah, you were talking puts. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the only thing you can say on the 4 hour for that PLE is like bearish convergence. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a coin flip, but if the macro sells off, you got a probably better chance. You know, if you think about the macro where it is, nearing the end of a reflexive rally, maybe, then it could be, yeah, a PLE could dump too with it. Yeah, dude, look at OXT unironically in Hex, dude. Yeah, never. Good old Belladin. Hey, why not? Think we've looked at this before, and it was a range, right, Megan? And it's like the range, well, what happened? You hit the top of the range, and you reversed. Interesting. I'm so surprised. Now, above the 200 moving average, I guess. You might be trying to reverse here. I don't know, man. Like Fibonacci wise, we can try that. So 38% retrace where you bounced so far. How much of a support resistance looking left? I guess maybe like right here. It's bouncing off that, whatever. You would think that, I mean, these are common retrace areas, so you've hit that, but we understand if it's a range, then it could always, if you're lucky, it could always come back down to $20, $20.50, and that's near an 886. So if we do reverse here, which we've already started to, you got to wonder, will we come and back test 34.61 as a resistance? That would be amazing for a short if it could rally on up, hit that, and then dump again. And then you start talking about like with that types of X, A, B, C, and then D stuff down here, where there's value for Harmonic or something. So yeah, reversed at the top of a channel, a range, trading range, whatever. Beautiful. Liam, no one cares, dude. Literally no one cares.
Thoughts on Tao?
Chinese scam. I mean, it's real. Like they do after school tutoring for Chinese children, but they make sure to indoctrinate all the children with communism. Yep. Thoughts on it? But this is why, like, once that news came out and it went from, it was down like to $30 something, $39, and then it eventually rallied to like $40, $50. That's when I just like exited most of my position on that gap down, because I'm like, this is so scammy, but still have a small position. And it's like, why not just have a small position for days like this, like whether you think the macro would help you, but it didn't help you today. You're up 0.5%. It's just like this buy wall here with, it seems like maybe some distribution. It looks like it's so close to just collapsing back down to the neckline, or if not, at least this peak from June of 2018. It still looks like okay and ready to fall, but it's just not yet. So thanks for the 566 here. Thanks to the 265 likes. Let's get to 300 likes, man. I mean, like, why not? I'm not shadow banned today. So, and Dell wrecked. Copper wrecked. Silver wrecked. Let's go. AMD wrecked. So, Fishhead, what can you do? I mean, it's like just hanging around. Alligator blood. $50. Doesn't want to let go, but it looks like it very well could soon, just based on the kind of price action you're getting at this area.
Thank you for everything you do, Mitch. I'm new to the crypto world, but your channel is by far my favorite resource. Can't wait until I can honestly afford a Patreon membership. Keep it up, man. 0.000610000 BTC.
Is that a joint?
SSB Mackey, thank you for the $4.18, $4.20 of Bitcoin. It's those fees, man. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. Yeah, one day at a time, man. Just you just gotta, if you really want to learn this stuff, you got to take one day at a time. But when you do that one day at a time, you got to say every day, hey man, I learned something new today, so I am in fact better than myself from yesterday. And it doesn't take much to be better than yourself from yesterday, just a little bit. And then you do that for a year, and think about the absolute magic that can occur for you just becoming a little bit better than you were from the day before. You do it for a year, you could be a king, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, buy when we looked at silver for sure. So thanks again, man. All right, 284 likes, 566 here. I'm out of coffee. I'm here to do TA, and I'm all out of coffee. So let me go get a little bit more. Y'all want me to extend the stream? I mean, again, I've been live for an hour, 15 minutes. Let me just do it real quick. If you're going to trade levered ETFs, I think the best way to try to trade them is by looking at the underlying asset that it's leveraging, you know, because the SQs, it's a derivative contract pretty much. You know, it's levered, so it's got decay, and it really makes the chart almost unchartable. Like, what's the point? So you just look at the Qs and see what it's doing, and that's going to drive the SQs. Coffee's for closers, man. Nice, man. More people saying. Oh, wow, dude.
Pacific Mercantile Bank Corp. Very good looking, Dan. Nice. Well, yeah, daily too. Crap, man. It's just one of those abyss ones, right? Where the rally could be there and then it just is so bearish that there's just such little demand. It rallies, underperforms, and then dumps again, right? On those falling wedges in the abyss like that. Okay, so y'all hang tight. It'll be like 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes to get a coffee so I can try to extend the stream as long as I can. I'll be right back, okay? Thanks for watching. Hang tight. All right, sorry.
bruh,
All right. So what I miss? Bitcoin's up, man. 68.85. Hot coffee, man.
A loaf of bread or barrel of oil drum of oil? That is the black question mark. When oil does eventually bottom, it might be a better bet than crypto. At least oil will get used. Keep it up, Mitch. Booyah.
Why so confusing on your TTS, man? A loaf of bread or a barrel of oil? It might be better than crypto. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to understand what's happening with crude. Just know there's way too much supply and there's not enough demand, and crude for the most part is like negative. So yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm just not worried about it. It's like, why are there 500 people here in chat is so slow? I mean, you know, I was AFK, and so I provide real content here. I don't actually like sit at my computer and do nothing where people are just spamming stuff. So a lot of people are listening to me versus just spam typing. So it's just a different type of stream. So that's what happens. Like, I'll do education or analysis or something, and people listen. They don't type when they're listening because it takes away from their ability to pay attention. That's understandable, right? Not your standard Twitch thought stream, of course. So the same type of stuff, I guess, kind of going on for Ethereum. It's really, no, actually it's not. Bitcoin's like the only one showing like that hidden bullish divergence in the 4 hour. Enjin still kind of climbing. Man, this is just beautiful, dude. I mean, this is not just the most beautiful altcoin right now. It's the way the structure has been respected. That supply line on the top. It's not just the supply line on the top, it's the looking left, man. It's that resistance. It's gorgeous, dude. Structure, measure, move, less than 1/10 of a penny away. But you could almost argue now, this is a rising wedge pattern, because if you just anchor, instead of having a parallel channel, you can have 1 and 2 now, and that's all it takes to say, hey man, we might have ourselves a huge rising wedge pattern, right? After having a huge impulse up, after the crash. I don't know. I just literally answered someone's question. You know, they're asking why chat's so slow, 500 people watching. This is a different stream, man. USO, man, dumping even more. Let's go to it. It's part 2 Bungaloo, man. Oh my god, devastated. Oh, hey, not in log scale. Wait, is it working? So we were fibbing this in log scale. We're not now. Why are my Fibonacci's not? Hold on. God, that's annoying. Let me see here. Wow, dude. Okay. Not even in log scale. This is crazy, dude. From the low point of 2016 to the high point, we are now. I mean, as we speak and breathe together, we're watching USO hit a golden mean ratio. Jesus chimes for that, man. The golden mean ratio has been hit. Oh my god, have in the chat.
bruh,
Bitcoin dumping, that's not a dump. It just dropped a little bit. I mean, this makes you think. With Bitcoin pulling back, USO, I don't even have the S&P up on my screen. You think maybe is that what's dumping too or selling off? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, man. 27.45. I don't know. It pulled back up a little bit, but now we have like you know, that a newer 4-hour candle, and it seems like if the selling's to continue, we could go and test 27.27 today. Here's the thing, though. There is a gap to the upside now that is at 28.21, where at any time we could fill that before reversing again. Oh, hey, Bitcoin. Would you say Bitcoin was the word dumping? Poon de Tequan, because now it's pumping. It's 69.34. Remember the 60-minute bullish divergence, the 4-hour hidden bullish divergence after hitting a golden retrace, which also is pretty much confluent with a historical looking left support. 68.19 held that, so you're starting to pivot, and you also hit the old supply line of the descending broadening wedge, regarded it as a demand line. Thank you very much. Good coffee, man. Lammy, no, I don't think so. Did it hit my short on target? My short target? No, not yet, dude. No. Target's on Dell, man. That's like you gotta give it time. It's swing trading, significant time scales. I'm not playing the 30-minute or the hour, right? I played kind of the daily on that one and the 4-hour. So no, it's down 7%, but we're trying to play the double top, which means much lower prices if you're patient and if it's to play out. Man, this is beautiful, dude. I mean, this is like, you can't even make it up how perfect it is. It's too perfect. The major low to the major high. Last line of defense, man. The golden mean ratio. Now, looking at log scale, different. If you're looking at in log scale, how crazy is this? It's the 2618 in log scale is in linear scale, the 1618. But if you look at it in log, you aren't quite touching it yet. You're very close. It's 225, 7 cents off. But again, going to linear, I'm talking, it is too perfect. I'm saying it says 232 on the 1618. It is 232 right now. That's exactly what's going on. Mitch, check USO. Huh? What'd you say? Yeah, Leroy, you spelled Jenkins wrong. Or incorrectly. Yeah, exactly. So Bitcoin, 69.45, up 1.57%, $100 on the day. Soon to be testing probably 7K. Not surprising, man. I mean, really? Yeah, they don't look great on the daily, and we don't have an edge on the daily so much. Okay, man. So I guess I'll add an alert for if we breach the golden mean ratio. Golden mean ratio, dude. The spirals and galaxies and science and math and art and everywhere. Every facet of our existence in this universe, we're at it. That's how important the golden mean ratio is. Okay, so going back to Bitcoin real quick. You know, Jerome's talking about the daily. Dude, look, man, I think this looks to me kind of like the S&P on the 4-hour, man. This is loud. Edgardo, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub, man. God have you. Probably maybe better there. Yeah, so again, you can't see the cipher on the daily, but it certainly was there in the 4-hour, and that could have been, look, the lower high now than the previous high. That's worse than a double top. So maybe this cipher is what ushers in the next leg down, the next wave, right? XA, AB, B to C. Maybe we see 5K in time. Gotta wonder, but the thing is, test 7,000 first. If you break 7K, probably going back up to test 7,300 again. My God, but There were reasons why a reversal could have occurred here, or was starting to maybe. The argument on the oscillators in the 4-hour and then the 60-minute. RSI, look, a low about the exact same low. At a critical support, 68.19. Look, I mean, how we are testing it and holding it and now rallying, and 200 moving average is 69.75. Right next to that 7K area. Look left, man. March 23rd or March 25th. Sorry, March 20th. March 25th. Sorry, that peak. So decent amount of volatility coming in right now for sure. But yeah, remember, like, okay, so the SPX is, look at its MACD, right? On the 4-hour. Burn this image in your mind. And then you go to Bitcoin on the daily. Is the same picture. Not really. It's a little different, but look, man. I mean, you're talking highs, slightly higher highs or lower highs now. You're about to be in negative momentum again for the first time since March 20th. You better look out. This wave might be over soon on Bitcoin. This wave up might be done soon. But yes, holding on for dear life to an extremely important battleground area. You got to go back to 2018 to see it. You don't hold that, you'll probably see 64, 6,500 again, man. Lower high, don't forget it.
General Mills on the daily, please. Thanks.
What's up, cryptos and tokens, man? Thanks for the 3s. Yes. I've hit a mega overhead resistance. Maybe a shorting opportunity. My God. Maybe. Well, yeah, let's look at it real quick, okay? So this overhead resistance from January, it's like December 2017, January 2018. Oh my God, dude, it went up with Bitcoin, kind of, you know, it came crashing down with Bitcoin back then, the Great FOMO. So you're just like up thrusting through that mega overhead resistance. Let's Fibonacci here. From that major high to low, how deep are we? Well, we've exceeded the 618. This reminds me of Regeneron in a way, like a, you know, just in the short term. Like that higher high. Not getting much of any kind of bearish divergence on the oscillators. I mean, but maybe from here to here, you're diverging, but not really from here to here. It's kind of like Class C bearish divergence there, where the stagnation in momentum doesn't exactly mean impending price action versus downside, but it's not bullish. And now you got this impulse where it's like a high, much higher high with lower levels of positive memo, showing your first level of negative momentum since March 27th. So it's been 3 weeks or so. So you gotta wonder, are we double topping here? You know, after making a, you know, greater than a moderate retrace since you're above the 618. I don't know. This is a big resistance. See the daily guy giving us any help maybe for signs of exhaustion? RSI might be. Yeah, maybe, dude. MACD is not helping. MACD is kind of like bullish convergence where you make a higher high with higher levels of positive memo, but it's starting to wane. Maybe it's maturing. I do like, in fact, the receding volume where you make a high on price, huge pop in volume, and then you make a slightly higher high or the same high with much lower levels of volume. That is divergence, a form of bearish divergence in itself. So this RSI, right, from this high to this high. Well, there you go. I mean, if this was the top, then you could say that you're starting to diverge some. Bearish divergence, Class A on the daily. Interesting. And you're showing some maybe some Class A bearish divergence at a critical overhead resistance. I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that this might reverse here. All you've done is up thrust through it. you're at $60. And the resistance is 60, 58, so you're below it. So, I mean, there might be opportunity here for a low risk, high reward opportunity short where you sell off and maybe a target could be like 56.46, you know, 55.87 down here. It's possible. Yeah, but you mean, yeah, it's like it had a downtrend, right? We could just draw it for fun at this point. You know, it bumped and ran, kind of. Yep, broke out. It was more like a descending broadening wedge of some sort in the end. So yeah, man, I mean, these are, you get it, like the deep retraces for this, if it was to continue to run, would be $65 and 68.72. You're not there, and you're getting a little tired on the oscillators. Okay, there's your General Mills. Whew.
Bruh.
Blacked out. All right, man. Been live now for 1 hour and 41 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. We watch Bitcoin try to hang on to critical areas of support where we know if it doesn't hold, then you're most likely coming down to 64, 6,500 again. We also know on Bitcoin, it looks ready. It looks like it's done. So we've confirmed a daily lower high, and we're at the very end of a huge wave of positive momentum. Again, it could be today or tomorrow. You hear me here? You hear me? It could be today or tomorrow where we see the first level negative momentum on Bitcoin in a 1 month period, which means selling could manifest with that, as it does. When you see negative Momo, it builds price action. What's up, Crystals? Mikiro? Thanks, dude, for the sub. So this just indicated to me it's very possible reversal soon to the downside, especially equities sell off. Okay. Notice how you could never break the 75% trend line of the Equities channel. You attempted twice and failed. What's that? What are you talking about? Oh, it's just this area where we have failed to hit it before. I mean, once we hit it, we reject it hard as F again and again. Major reversals to the downside at the 75% trend line of the Equities channel. Well, once more, we are again. The only time we ever broke it was right here. January 26th, that was it. And then we up thrusted and failed. And then once we broke back into the channel, we then regarded this trend line as resistance before the crash really happened. How about that, man? So that's it, man. You know, you hit 618 area where some shorts would be covering, another area where people might be buying at a demand line. Getting a little of that hidden divergence. It's playing out right now. Like, this is how it goes, man. Holy crap, what's up, D-Zam?
Bruh.
Cheers. Thank you for the 5. D-Zam, have you seen all the crazy filters and stuff? Crazy filters. I don't know which should be anything. Can just be like, it can just be bread again. Doesn't matter for a little bit. Hey man, we're back, dudes. It's storming here. Storming here at the bread factory. Someone forgot to pay the roofers, and so it's a big leak and getting all soggy. Gross. I haven't heard a beep yet on USO, so it has not exceeded that golden mean ratio very well. What's the 10-year yield at? Treasury bonds? Brett is back. You want to see what? That is a vague pronoun state, I'm dead. DZAM says mustache is your fave. We can certainly do a mustache if you prefer. Hi, how you doing? I have a mustache now, man. We just have this rest of the stream, no big deal. Okay, so you get it. Bitcoin might be at the end of the line for a wave. It's getting real tired, man. Getting real tired. Sorry. Excuse me. Do I think Icon will go big in the next bull run? It will do what mostly 95% of all the other S coins, it will do what those do. So it will just run with the pack. It's not like Icon special or anything. What's up, Danji? Hey, what's up, 7 Athletic Man? 777. That the mustache? Yeah, dude. I've been working on it forever, man. What's up, Cody? Talking about Apple? Look at Apple. We looked at Apple, but it wasn't the Apple you would think. It was APLE. It was a REIT. Oh, well. Filled a freaking gap. So surprising. Holding support, 267. Yep, holding it from November and December 2019. We hit a 618, a 200 moving average. Not surprising, man. Never met. I mean, it's not over yet, but we're just talking about, like, you already have hidden bearish divergence technically, but if this, it could sell off, and then if the macro continues to go up, if the S&P was to hit a 618, well, then Apple would probably hit an 886, which didn't happen, and that's just the idea that we painted yesterday. It does, but we already talked about you're at a potential reversal area 618 with this hidden bearish divergence. That means impending price action continuation to the downside right here. Really. Okay. 421 International Random Drug Test Day. Oh my god. That's wild. Did I hear right that in Vegas they made it like illegal to drug test their employees or something weird? Is that real? I mean, I know what a bump and run is, Arnie, but I don't think Bitcoin's in it at all right now. And if it ever did, we'd talk about it. It's just not, though. I mean, talking about supply line from 20,000 to 13,800, you're not even close to that. That would be the breakout, bump and run breakout trend line. We're not even close to. Are the markets still healthy and functioning? They're functioning.
but they might be functioning only because of trillions upon trillions of dollars injected into these markets, man. Tal, yeah, we looked at Tal already, man. I mean, it still looks okay. Look, man, if you're in the Discord and people PM you, let Brad know. Yeah, that's how they do it. That's the only way they can get away with it, because they know it's a bannable offense in our Discord. Is like self-promoting via PA, just doing stuff that's like, huh, you're doing against TOS, man. What are you doing? I don't know who that is. 01. Yeah, I just let him know, Brad. Ripple Labs and Brad Garling. I don't know, is this real? Garling House are suing YouTube for damages relating to scam, which the plaintiff says has already caused irreparable damage. Got a link on, or you got a source or something like that? Maybe post that in the general chat. That's crazy, man. USO is at the 1618, is not falling below it. Love it. Bump and run? Like, dude. I don't know, man. Like, that's the only one I'm thinking about. Let me use this one. Fine. Okay. Oh, I think I probably get what people are trying to talk about or something. Maybe bump and run. They're just talking about this right here. See, I don't even know how you could do it. You'd have to, like, see up here. There are these touch points. Even with Bulkowski, he regards like 1 and 2 here. That's the bump and run line. But I bet you money people on the internet are doing this. They're cherry picking the top and they're just doing this. They're saying, okay, we've bumped and run, we've broken out. Well, here's the thing about that, man. That's like a channel breakout, anything. This is, I guarantee this is what they're talking about. So they're just disregarding the peak. They're just using 1 and 2 here, maybe 3 here. And it's like, yeah, you've broken that. Okay, do you know how many times you break geometrical trend lines like this and then you dump again? Like, the thing about like trend analysis is like, this is, if someone's gonna regard a trend line, this is the first thing you have to do. The next thing you have to do after you break a geometrical trend line is that you then have to break above the next overhead resistance of that downtrend, which is up here at freaking like 9,200. Good luck getting up there with this. Good luck, dude. Really. You're going to show negative momentum again, dude. It's going to happen. You'll see. So just because you have a bump and run breakout of what people are calling it, you break a geometrical, you break a supply line, if that's the way they're talking about it, that's step 1, and that's not good enough. That's not enough, man. Not yet, anyway. It's good that you're above this. Do the lower high here and the weakness on the daily and the 4 hour. Look, hidden divergence. You rally, hit 7K. Don't know if we're getting any higher than 7K. And the thing is, Bitcoin could run up all the way to 7,200. I don't care. But what's going to maybe happen on Bitcoin is it runs up and ends up making another lower high than your previous high. I'm talking like a high on price, the high, now a lower high, and maybe, look, dude, you come all the way up to 7,100. What if you make another lower high, right? Distribution stuff. I hope I'm wrong, man. I really, really hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. I have a hold account, man. Anytime Bitcoin goes up, analysis wrong or right, it doesn't matter. I make money. Anytime Bitcoin goes down, I lose money, technically, or lose, US dollar value. Uh-oh, what's happening to my music, man? Dude, what is going on? It's a good song. Momentum by Diversion. I like it a lot. I run to this sometimes.
Keeps freaking lagging. Deep breaths. Okay, so that's probably what they're talking about. I don't even need to do anything. I don't need to read or see anything that they say. When you take that top there, and you can extend it, and all of a sudden it's like that. It's like, have you broken that one yet? No, not yet. Let me look for a Bulkowski example. I remember, like, in the textbook, you know, some sort of example of this that looks similar. Let me try to find it if I can, man. Just looking for it, man. There's a lot of bump and runs to the downside. So, oh, here's a good example, I guess. And who's this? Yeah, it's Bulkowski, man. Yeah, man. So it's like, right? You see the top, right? Like these peaks up here. No one cherry picks D. You see that D there? They don't like go from C to D and now it's a breakout, right? Bulkowski, man, Thomas Bulkowski. It's the top part, and that is the trend line, and you broke it here, right? So that's what I'm thinking about. And again, hey, it's great. Again, I really do hope I'm wrong. And I hope the bump and run breakouts happen all the time in downtrends. But by the time you're out and you've broken, you're done. Like the wave's kind of exhausted because you've spent an entire month making it to that point, right? What's up, Brandon Bullerman? I know I didn't even notice I had a mustache. I forgot I had the filter on. DZAM likes it the most, so. Okay, man, well, we'll put it to the test. Everyone is a genius. And we bumped and run, but no one, they're not taking into account the MACD histogram at all. Which I think is that histogram makes me feel like, whoa, and the lower high, the recent lower high, and the cipher. Dude, it's a smaller pattern. Not on the 4 hour,
Is that
though.
a joint?
Smaller pattern on the daily.
Is Baba on the 4H a good example of a bump and run?
There are a lot of good examples of real bump and runs. Well, if you talk about actually the top here, and you go 1 and 2, like this, you have not broken anything. You've only up thrusted through it. So have you bumped and run for real from the top? No, you have not. Does that make sense? So no, not a good example. If you broke that though, yeah, sure. Absolutely. But look at it, man. To get up to that area, to all this positive Momo, it's been about a month since you've seen negative and you're starting to wane. You look, man, you hit almost a 78% retrace. It's like the bat. I mean, these are targets for sure for a bat, you could definitely say. I mean, 618, 50%, yeah. So no, man, this is not broken a bump and run. It has failed to break out and is now kind of reversing there. Spencer, does that help at all? Let me know. Forming a bump and run, same idea. Oh, well, I mean, forming a bump and run and it actually happening is different, right? Gotta love Baba, man. So pretty. Anyone remember the ascending broadening wedge that ran down and retraced 50%? I think on the daily it filled the gap and then reversed and then created this beautiful bearish butterfly pattern at the 1272, the beginning of the PCZ of this bearish butterfly pattern. It reversed to the downside, then created a bullish bat pattern, and then at the PCZ it rallied, and now it is it's testing a supply line, and it's failing so far. If you did break it, yeah, you could say you're trying to bump and run, but it's not a low risk area, right? It's like higher risk. Dead in the chat? Sweet. So we got like an hour and 38 minutes till, I think so, right? Yeah, until the closing bell. Market closes. Stock market.
Bruh.
Thanks for showing up to work every day. Your show is the best.
Yankee man, thanks for the $12.12. Really appreciate it. That's the Super Saiyan power up. Yeah, you do 12, 12, 24, 24. I think it's like 64, 64, and 96, 96 for different Dragon Ball Z power ups. Pretty cool, man. Now I can do like really. I think we have like much better. Like, let me see what I can do now. Yeah, dude, watch this. I've never done this, so I don't know how this is going to look. It might look terrible, okay, chat? But you're about to witness some history, streaming history anyway, for me. I'm trying to remember where it is. Jeez. Oh, I think I know. Yep. Okay. Don't know how this is going to go. I'm gonna try it, all right? Oh, sorry, dude. Wrong button, dude. My God! We're going Super Saiyan! Sorry, I messed that up. Hit the wrong effing button, dude. Okay, so now we're Super Saiyan, man. Up in the chat! Okay, so that's what we got going, man. I'll figure it, dude. We'll do it better on the next stream. I'll make sure I'm not wearing a hat, and I think you can get more fun with it. Sorry, I screwed that up. Let me try one more time. One more time. I won't do the echo voice. God, that's so annoying. Let me stupid stream deck. So is it like this? There we go, man. Much better. Perfect. So no longer do we need hats. Could you get a Super Saiyan hat or wig or something? It's like, dude, why even need it anymore? We good, dude. We've beaten the game. Go with a mustache. What's up, Ben? 2 times. Yeah, burned my mustache off. Exactly, dude. The Truman director, man. Well, what happened? Do we have any news? I don't see anything yet, right? Kind of confirmation. I mean, like, dude, you just gotta realize, like, if you're playing Divergence, it's like, I mean, anytime. I mean, you can't. It's not gonna be perfect. Staying outside of this channel long enough is probably good. You'd think we would see lower prices with that, but it's just not gonna be that easy. Or we could just pivot here and rally tomorrow and fill a gap. I mean, that might be. Look, if we fill a gap and we can't break 28.21. We come up here and we regard it as resistance. I mean, that might be an area to go short if you're lucky enough, if we're to get there. Because, yeah, that gap is not filled. Right? Best places to short are like at critical resistances. It's tough, man. The index funds are real tough because of all the volatility and the whipsawing that goes on every single day. You're gapping down today, but then like tomorrow you gap up halfway and you rally up, you know, and you're at 28.17. You have to have like a longer outlook. Huh, Tim, I get you, man. Nice office drop, reference drop. Okay, man. I don't know. So I've been live 2 hours, 6 minutes. That's good enough, right? Good enough of a stream. Long enough time live. So I'm going to get out of here. Going Super Saiyan just wasn't enough, man, to get y'all hyped. Nothing is then. So I will be back later. Maybe. Just be in the Discord if you're not. Good to see y'all. Thanks for the likes, love, support. Yeah, maybe for you, SSP. For others, I'm not. So get wrecked, dude. I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Do you know the way?
Adios, turd nuggets.